You hear that, folks? That's the sound of crosstown football right here in Helena, as the Helena High Bengals and Capitol High Bruins duke it out. No doubt these dudes were fired up for this crosstown rivalry game. And how about one more Hagen-Paddock tutty, as it's the Vigilantes pouncing on these Lions and looking like the real kings of the jungle.
Pass complete to Hagen-Paddock.
Every time Will Lynn gets a better to chase one of his sliders, he gets one step closer to chasing down Helena Senators history. Have you noticed a recent uptick in young men walking around Helena with colorful mohawks? Well, if so, stick around to find out why. That's coming up next. Midway through the fourth quarter, and Bengals running the fast break again. That and one makes this a 6-point game. And here was the highlight of the night. Mace Spaulding throws up the alley-oop to Jackson Lieber, and you just watch the rest. Some of Helena's homegrown track talent will be hurtling onto the national stage as they sprint down to Texas next week for the Junior Olympics.
What was that? What is that you have in your hand there?
Well, you smell that, Keith? Kind of smells like football. Football is back, Helena. I'll have more on that after this. Early first half here, Zephyr Wall dribbles one defender, dribbles two, gets tripped up from behind. That's a PK opportunity. Now over to tie-down roping, where all 8 competitors must have been wearing Levi's because our cameras didn't see any Wranglers. No time all the way around. Well, we finally got some of that real football weather just in time for the Class AA state semifinals as Helena Capital plays host to Billings West. So Bruins said if we can't throw the ball, we'll just keep it on the ground. QB keeper here, and it's Merrick Mahalish ragdolling a defender to pick up the first. What a year in sports it was here in Helena. So before we officially say goodbye to 2024, let's take a look back at 5 of the capital city's best sports moments from the past year. Helena's Mace Spaulding took one look at that 3-point lead and said, let's make it 6. Bang! Carroll jumped out ahead early in this one. And how about this bomb from Jack Perka? Ball traveled over 50 yards in the air. Saints lead 17-0 early second quarter. So ahead of Saturday's game, I sat down with Fighting Saints head coach Troy Purcell for this week's episode of Fighting Saints Insider. Oh, and one more thing. Happy Halloween. What a win you guys are coming off of. You go to the number 12 team in the country, College of Idaho, and you knock them off. So just one free throw standing between Janelle Taylor and an East Helena W. And she ices it. Coming out of halftime now, and watch Lincoln Home just snatch this ball out of the air. Carroll lead now up to 24-6. There's nothing quite like a sticker to signify a job well done. And out here at East Helena football practice, well, you'll find a whole lot of stickers. And here's the moment where it became official. The Helena Capital Bruins are your 2024 Class AA state football champions. So for this year's state champs, the taste of victory comes in the form of a chicken wing. All right, Coach, I heard the wings are tasting just a little bit sweeter today.
They taste like the sweet victory of a state championship.
All right, gentlemen, how do the wings taste?
Tastes like victory. Tastes like a great championship.
That's right, Marion. Today was the first official practice day for high school football teams in Montana. So earlier today, I ditched this stuffy suit and hit the gridiron, all to answer the question, who does fall camp better, the Helena High Bengals or Capitol High Bruins? First up in my quest to find Helena's best high school fall football camp, the Helena High Bengals. Coach, hardest question first. Who are you and what are you doing out in the football field?
I'm Dane Broadhead, head coach Helena.
What are you seeing from the guys right now? How is camp going?
Yeah, it was good. Day one, morning one, so first practice, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, which is to be expected. It's Christmas morning.
Today's the first day, but just getting back with the guys.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I've hung out with them a little bit over the summer, but just having this like family mentality thing, just with each other every day, means a lot.
Now that's all great, but it was finally time for me to get serious in my question asking. I'm on a quest to find out who has the best high school football fall camp in Helena. After this, I'm going to Capitol. Who does fall camp best? Is it the Bengals or the Bruins?
Well, you started here, right, babe? Let's just leave it at that.
And with that, I packed up my tripod, hopped in the car, and headed across town to see for myself how the Capitol High Bruins do fall camp.
Let it go, Toivonen.
Hardest question first. Who am I here with, and what are you doing out here on the football field?
Kyle Mihelish, head football coach, Capitol High School. Started the best season ever.
Best season ever, best fall camp ever, maybe. How the guys looking? How are things coming along?
I think we had a good summer. The kids worked hard. Got here at 6 a.m. The majority of them, we had around 100 kids every morning at 6 a.m. And so, the 2 weeks is just trying to get us game ready.
First day of camp, what's it like being back out here with the guys?
I think it went pretty good, just the same as any other year, really. It's a fall camp. You're with your teammates that you've known and played football with almost your whole life.
But enough with the small talk. It was time to ask the question I really came here for. I'm on a quest to figure out who has the best high school fall camp in Helena. Is it the Capitol Bruins? Is it the Helena Bengals? What say you?
It's got to definitely be Capitol High School.
Why is that?
No, I'm not going to go there.
And with that, it was official. Through my investigation, I discovered the truth, that there really is just no way to tell who does fall camp better. Well, if you think you're a better breakdancer than me, then you could be the next Olympian. That's right, for the first time ever this year, breakdancing is an Olympic sport. Ramon Ramos has been teaching breakdancing for nearly 30 years.
It's eye-catching. Breakdancing is very dynamic, very physical. Once you start adding acrobatics to it, flips and whatnot, I think it catches the people's eye and intrigues them to at least try it out or continue watching it somewhere else.
But Ramon says he's also competed in breakdancing and followed the sport's competitive scene since the mid-90s.
When there's two people, one against the other, you're looking for that wow factor, something that will make your eyes open wide and be like, whoa, what was that? That came out of nowhere. That is a good feeling.
Now, for competitors in this year's Olympics, their dances will be scored by a panel of judges and separated into 3 phases. What's known as the top rock, or standing portion, the down rock, or floor portion, and the freeze.
We like to keep that structure, like start at the top, bring it down to the ground, make your move, finish with the pose, and exit. That's kind of like what I like to teach. 2, go!
But will we be seeing any of Ramon's students on the Olympic stage anytime soon?
That'd be awesome.
Is that something you'd want to do?
Yeah.
Do you like to break dance?
Yeah.
What do you like about breakdancing?
Dancing.
Yeah. Would you want to be in the Olympics as a breakdancer one day? No? Why not?
Probably because I'm a little scared.
Why are you scared?
Well, I don't want to go up against in a battle. Probably because I would be on TV, like all around the world.
And Ramon had one last message before signing off.
Go USA!
And you can actually catch Olympic breakdancing coverage right here on KTVH August 9th and August 10th. Reporting from Red's Dance Studio, Jonny Walker, MTN Sports. Well, just because there's a few inches of snow on the ground outside doesn't mean you can't still work on your baseball swing. And that's been made a whole lot easier for a bunch of local athletes thanks to these indoor batting cages. The crack of a bat. The plop of a baseball hitting a leather glove. They're not the typical sounds of Montana during winter, but they were the sounds filling East Helena's Granite Peak Athletics Wednesday morning, as Governor Greg Gianforte and Secretary of State Christy Jacobson celebrated the indoor training facility as one of a record 64,000 new businesses that opened across Montana last year.
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball my whole life, and we had opportunities. We had 6 of these places within 20 minutes of each other, so when I first came out here and started training athletes, I saw the void that this was needed for people, especially with snow on the ground 6 months out of the year,
Yeah, so it was funny. Nolan actually just called me one day with the idea, and there was kind of the back and forth for a long time of whether or not it would work. And we spent a long time just planning it and thinking about how it would look. And then one day we kind of realized that, hey, this actually could work.
Nolan and Connor first opened Granite Peak Athletics back in October, offering local baseball and softball athletes a dedicated space to work on their games year-round, something that caught the eye of East Helena High School's varsity baseball coach.
Yeah, so this has been a game changer for us. The last couple of years, we've been utilizing one of the elementary school gyms for our preseason training. We're in here twice a week for 2 two-hour sessions, and they're getting a lot of reps that we wouldn't have been getting otherwise with the Montana weather and not having a field in East Helena.
Like, we started this place for the community. It was to give the kids the opportunity, and like, they're going to get better at baseball and softball. That's the byproduct. We really care about improving the livelihood of the youth athletes and teaching them the skills that they can then carry on after they're done playing the sport one day.
And of course, before leaving, I had to step into the batter's box myself. And although I have zero experience whatsoever with organized baseball, swing coach Nolan was still somehow able to work a miracle.
Just keep controlling the load and then just fire the hip. Yeah, that was it right there. Let's go.
In East Helena, Jonny Walker, MTN Sports. On a late August day like today, you might find Jim Hogan coaching football here at Carroll College or over here at Capitol High School. So perhaps no one has more of their fingerprints on football in Helena than the man they call Hoagie.
Come on, eyes up. Finish with your eyes up, Riley.
Following his own collegiate football playing career, Jim Hogan's football coaching career now spans over 4 decades.
Still work that physicality when it comes one-on-one.
And Coach Hogan spent roughly half of his 4 decades coaching in Helena.
It's just a great game. It teaches so many lessons in life, getting knocked down, getting back up, adversity, get an injury, how do you handle it, how do you come back, winning and losing, how do you handle, both sides.
Come on, be ready.
Hogan has been Capitol High School's offensive line coach since 2019.
Coach Hogan, he's a great guy. He's just a guy who loves football, and he'll make sure he'll let you know that. I mean, he wakes up at 3:30 in the morning to go work his job, and then he goes to football practice, and then he spends time with his family, whatever, and then he goes to more football practice. So it's just something he really enjoys doing.
Work for extension, Jax. Work for extension.
Definitely the best coach I've ever had. He knows what we can do before we even know it. Freshman year, no confidence in myself, nothing. He's pushed me to what I am now.
Inside hand control. Punch through now, buddy. Punch through.
But like I said earlier, Coach Hogan splits his coaching time between Capitol High and Carroll College, where he was on staff for all 6 of Carroll's national championships.
Hoagie's great. He's unbelievable. He's honest. He's got that energy to him. He understands it. He'll get after you when it's time to get after you. And he's the most caring person in the world. And he wants them to be successful. And he lives and dies for their success.
Extremely great day. Anytime that you can work with young men, teach them this great game of football, the camaraderie and everything that's involved with it, the strategy, the scheming, the drill work, those kinds of things. It's a great day.
They just don't make horses like C5 Rodeo's Virgil.
Because you'll drive the wheels off a brand new pickup before you'll find one any better than that.
Stoic in the stable, but 1,500 pounds of pure bucking fury coming out of the chute.
Virgil, Big Joe.
That horse is throwing all the trash at him too. He kept changing directions as you could see it.
And for the Cowboys brave enough to subject themselves to Virgil's might.
That horse right there demands everything you've got, and if you can't give it, then you're going to get throttled.
They'll be lucky just to hang on to their hats, much less their dignity.
He's everything a bareback rider wants. He's got all the rankness you could ask for, all the timing in the world. He's honest as days long.
But for the few who do manage to navigate Virgil's unbridled power,
man, it just feels like someone's tied you to a train and driving it off a cliff for 10 whole seconds over and over again.
They're usually rewarded with rodeo winning scores. For the past 2 years, Virgil has helped his chosen cowboy clear the Last Chance Stampede field. And this year was no different.
The best there is, he might be the best there'll ever be.
In Helena, Jonny Walker, MTN Sports.